The helicopter has become a monumental piece of aerospace engineering, technology, and achievement. It sees many applications in today's world, including being used by our military forces, being used by police officers, in rescue operations, by newscasters, and many more applications, including even seeing popular exposure in pop culture, such as superheroes. But let us take a look at the history of this achievement, going all the way back to the earliest ideas and influences. The helicopter's earliest roots can be traced back to ancient China in 400 BC with the development of the Chinese bamboo flying toys. This put to use the basic idea of the rotor. The toys would fly when the children would rotate a stick on which a rotor was attached, and when it gained enough speed, it would be able to fly for distances of a few feet. This was recorded by Ji Han in 400 AD in a Daoist history book. The next major advancement came in the 1480s with Leonardo da Vinci and the development of his flying screw. This was only idle sketches and never actually put into production, but this would later influence many other aerospace engineers of the helicopter. The next milestone achievement came in 1754 with Russian scientist Mikhail Lomonoskov and his model coaxial helicopter that was based on the idea of the Chinese top. This model never saw flight, however, it also proved to be a great influence in later engineers. The next achievement came with Sir George Cayley when he created a rubber band-powered, tin rotor-bladed, spring-powered helicopter. This was also just sketches and never actually saw any actual flight time, but this would later influence Alphonse Pénuade, who would later make a toy based on this model, and the toy did fly. This toy was later given to the Wright brothers as a present from their father. The Wright brothers later went on to develop the first flying airplane, so the helicopter can be seen here to influence the future of aviation in many ways even before it was invented. The first actual flying helicopter came in 1906, invented by Frenchman Jacques-Louis Rigaud, with a quadcopter called Gyroplane No. 1. Now, while this was the first flying helicopter, it was also tethered, so many people argue as to whether or not it was the first full flying helicopter. The first fully operational helicopter was developed in 1936 by scientists Fauquet and Wolf, the model being known as the Fauquet and Wolf FW-61. The helicopter was not put into full-scale production, however, until 1942 with Igor Sikorsky's model, in which he produced 131 of these aircraft. The final major achievement would be when the Bell Model 1 was developed by Arthur M. Young in 1941, and this gave way to the Bell 30 and Bell 47, which are known to be modern helicopters. This brought to use the most common helicopter configuration, the rotor system that has one main rotor with a smaller anti-torque rotor on the tail that prevents the helicopter and the main rotor from spinning in opposite directions. This is also what allows the helicopter to travel upwards, downwards, horizontally, and either forwards, backwards, or making turns. There was little media coverage of these achievements, as many inventors wanted to keep their ideas quiet to keep other inventors from stealing their ideas. Since the helicopter's development took place over such a long period of time, many world events were occurring. Chief among them was the Industrial Revolution. This led material prices, such as metal, to become cheaper, which allowed for full-scale production, and for a greater use for the helicopter. The wars going on at the time, such as World Wars I and II, also gave countries a desire to be able to fly, which may have heightened the need for the development of a vertical takeoff and landing vehicle, such as the helicopter. The development of the turbine engine also led to helicopters gaining more widespread use, as this allowed them to travel faster. because most helicopters use a turbine engine. The effects of the helicopter can still be seen today, as it created the whole idea of having a vehicle that could take off vertically and lands vertically, which is something that jet planes and regular airplanes cannot normally do. It also affected the whole future of aerospace engineering in general, as without helicopters, the Wright brothers may never have had their first flight in their airplane, which may have delayed the invention of the plane, of the jet, and any other flying apparatus in general.